Aloha, everyone. I just wanted to drop in here and share a little information that has come to me as I'm witnessing what's happening around me and what I'm feeling internally in my own process, and recognizing people that are awakening, having their spiritual awakening, and succumbing to some of the pitfalls and some of the things that can lead us into a bit of delusion and madness. And the biggest one is the idea that we're here to save the world, or that something we're going to do is going to save the world. And I want to acknowledge that that's absolutely true in your own personal world. There's very few of us, if any, one person that's here to save the whole world and be a messiah or a prophet. Sure, we play a role in this collective awakening and the shift that's happening. But anytime we embrace downloads, messages, spirits telling us how great we are and all the amazing things we're going to do to help humanity in a way that feels very grandiose and like to the exclusion of others being a part of it, like we are that, then that's a red flag that this is not something to listen to or pay attention to, because the light is not love. A very beautiful light being can show up and tell you things, and it doesn't mean it's love. It doesn't mean it doesn't have its own interests. And this isn't often talked about, but there are things that hide in the light. And it's important that we hold our discernment and we hold our energy of what we know to be true and right, and not fall into another ego trap where more suffering is perpetuated on ourselves and others. When we believe those things, we open ourselves up to possession and influenced by things that are not of the highest caliber of divine light and wisdom. Even now, as I'm talking about this, I can feel that creeping in, because I don't like to talk about it, because I don't like to fight with things, and I'm not trying to fight anything. I'm just trying to bring awareness to what I see is happening for some people, where they get caught up. And if it's not addressed quickly, it can descend into a form of madness, and it can get really dark for people, even though they had their spiritual awakening and they were given these divine downloads. It turns into something else. So if that's happening for you, remember this: like anything that tells you something that separates you from others, makes you better than everyone else or less than everyone else, that's not God. That's not divine messages from spirit. That's something else. And the thing with spirituality is that in any moment we have to be able to throw it all out the window. We can get downloads, we can get knowings, we can see our past lives, and then at any moment we have to be willing to be like, well, I don't know if that's absolutely true, and let it go so that more can be revealed to us, like the deeper truth. Because we're all connected, we're all interconnected to the same field, and we can catch glimpses of other lifetimes and other situations, and many of us can see the same lifetime. And so to over identify with one would limit the truth of our being. I don't even know if I'll post this or not, but I felt like I needed to say these things. And I hope you're all doing well and being gentle with yourself and being gentle with others, and just being careful with what you believe and take on as an absolute. For there are no real absolutes in this dream we're living. So, with that said, I hope you have an amazing night, and know that you're always held in the love of the divine, no matter what happens, no matter what thoughts pop in our heads, no matter what things we've done or said or have been impulsed to believe. Always we're held and loved, and we wake from this illusion at some point and realize everything's fine. To ease that, just watch what's being believed, and remember that rule: if it separates you from others, it's not worth believing. Actually, before we go, let's pull a couple cards on what I was just talking about to see comes through as like a confirmation or anything I forgot to mention, because I'm seeing a lot of people struggling, feeling like stressed out, and I'm feeling it myself. Definitely processing a lot of things from the past and other timelines and dimensions, and can all be really confusing. I've been doing this for a little bit. It's 2008, and I've seen kind of the ups and downs and how things play out for people on this journey, and my own experiences and meanderings. I definitely know what not to do. So we'll see what three cards come through. The Empress, the Magician reversed, and the Five of Wands. So basically, this is exactly what I'm talking about: is the whole planet, our consciousness, everything pregnant with potential. We have so much potential and abilities coming to us now. Like more and more, we're going to be able to manifest more and more. The 5D type reality is going to come online where our thoughts are going to become things. So this is where the magician upside down comes in. Is most of us are at the whim of our unconscious desires and thought form patterns. And I have it myself where I just get these really negative thought patterns and I got to like meditate and like let all that go, like, oh, that's not true, like breathe, come into now. And with the 5 of Wands too is that combat, the fighting, the in this card is represented as like playful, but what I'm feeling, and it's all playful because this is an illusion and a dream, but like watch the fighting energy right now in particular, and really the fighting within us of what we're holding on to, what thoughts we're entertaining and allowing to run us. And because more and more as we ascend, as the planet shifts in its energy field and we go along with it, we're going to start manifesting more of what we're thinking about, what we're visualizing. And that sounds like a great thing, but often we're not really aware of our mind when it's drifting and what we're thinking about or what we're watching. Like I've been aware of it on and off for a long time, but the movies, it when they're showing up in the dreams and they're showing up when I first wake up in the morning and they're like action movies that are violent and stuff, is like, this is really what I want in my consciousness. So um, be aware of that, of what you're putting in your mind, what you're putting in your consciousness. Be a mind of what's bubbling to the surface right now, and have patience and grace with yourself, because we are starting to manifest. And this is nothing to be afraid of, but just to be aware that we're going to be held to a higher caliber now in what we're thinking, speaking, and ingesting that impacts our consciousness and the visions we hold. So pay attention to your dreams, journal what's coming up for you, thoughts that are not helpful. You can acknowledge them, but then let it go and breathe and allow and await for a more divine thought to come. And like I said, if it's a thought of separation or that someone sucks or they're evil, or this person's going to destroy me, or they hate me, just breathe and let that be where it is and let it settle and drift away, because a lot of times that's just trying to pull us into a fight, trying to perpetuate a cycle of suffering that comes from maybe our childhood trauma, comes from legitimate trauma and suffering on the planet. But fighting it is never going to work. It's about coming into unity and oneness with each other inside ourselves first, to see and look at the thing and feel what it brings up, rather than just go fight and try to destroy it, because we're all in this together. And to destroy one person, another one will just show up exactly like that person. So that's for somebody out there, is like, it's not about what you see outside of you, it's about what's inside. So hopefully that was helpful. Please comment, let me know if this makes any sense, or if there's anything you would like clarity on, or anything you would like me to talk about in the future, or if he thinks this is all bullshit. But I'm sharing this because I care, and I don't want people to see people suffer. I want people to find their power again and find their purpose and find their ability to love each other, even if it's from a distance. If we can love somebody and let them do their thing, but not let it impose on our reality or anyone else's. But it doesn't mean we have to go destroy them or ridicule them or belittle them or whatever it is, or belittle ourselves. So yeah, watch your internal dialogue. Know how amazing you are, because you are. And the Empress is the one that gives power to the Emperor. The Emperor gained his power through the Empress. And that's what's happening for us all, is our masculine energy, as the feminine rises, is going to be increased as well in our ability to manifest. And we can do it with more peace and harmony if we watch the thoughts from the past. If we let the thoughts from the past and the beliefs and the fighting of old go, then things can shift and transform. So love you all. Hope you all have an amazing night, and I'll see you later. Aloha.